Hey, if you've made it this far in the video and you are a real estate professional, consider partnering with me here at Real Brokerage. Pay nothing per month, get a fantastic split, and you have the opportunity to build a business through revenue share and stock purchases. Book a call at the link below in today's video, and I'm happy to have a conversation on why I was able to grow my business exponentially by moving my practice to Real Brokerage. All right, back to the video. What's going on, everybody? It's your brother, your uncle, your favorite realtor's favorite realtor, and I'm coming to you all with a quick video for my agent partners here. We are all in alignment and in business together. So several of you, I had mentioned that I would send you a list of clients, and I completely said, well, let me just show everyone how to do it, because I'm all about showing folks how to fish. That way, you know, if you want to continue this on your own, you have your own way of pulling your leads. Many of you join this brokerage and join partnership with me because you want to get leads regularly. And as part of our new initiative, we are going to be leveraging calls. We're going to be making calls. We're going to be pushing that really, really big for the foreseeable future because I'm seeing so much traction with that. Of course, if you already have closings that you're handling, cool. But if you are in a state where you have not closed, had a couple closings in a given year, we are going to be making calls, and that's going to be something that's going to be a requirement moving forward. I'm just going to be honest with everyone here because I know the power of conversation. So the website that I was going to send the list from, I'm just going to show you how to do it here yourself, and then you can pull the list in anticipation for our upcoming call night. You will simply go to propwire.com. And once you go to propwire.com, you just create an account using any email address or whatever email you'd like to in order to get the process going. And then it'll take you to this page here. And once you're on this page here, you will simply enter in a zip code. Let me just pull one that I did a search for here. You'll enter in the zip code. I would say keep it to one zip code unless you're not finding a lot of homes. Then you can enter in several, but start with your own backyard. So this random zip code here in Atlanta is where we'll start with for this video. And also the way that I like to break this down, because I'm going to send these steps to you so you can watch the video, but also have the steps written down. So once you enter in a target zip code, this is Grayson, Georgia. This is somewhere in North Atlanta. There is so far 8,632 results. So we need to get niche down way, way, way more than this, way more niche down. So the lead type, I always suggest a lead type of high equity. These are individuals that have owned their home for a very long time. You can also select multiple lead types here. If you want to get into the investing side of things, I would say wait until you have some closings under your belt. I know some of you want to do other kinds of real estate sales, but let's start with the basics. Become a master at the basics, and then you can branch off into other things. So a high equity lead is going to be someone that has been in their home for quite a while, that they have a lot of equity in it. And then you can also pull a list of folks that own their home free and clear. So these are individuals that are 100% equity, right? Because they own their home free and clear. They've paid it off. So now that's lowered this list from 8,000 to 2,112 individuals. So let's get even more niche down. So what type of property do we want to look for here in Grayson, Georgia, or Houston, Texas, or Atlanta, or Austin? I always say stick with single family homes. There are multiple types, but again, let's start with the basics. If you have not closed several transactions, start with the basics. So single family homes is what we want to niche down to. So that now drop the results from 2,000 to 1,626. So now let's talk about price point. What price point of a home do you want to focus on? If you are a new-ish agent or an agent, again, that has not had a few closings under your belt, the usual average sales price in most metropolitan cities is going to be around 300 to 500,000. Of course, if you're in New York or California, this doesn't apply to you, but you know your median price range for your respective city. So I always say, again, most places in between New York and California are going to be around the 300 to 500,000. So if I selected homes that were between that price range, let's go 300 to 600,000. That drops the results a little bit more. And so, what type of bedroom and bathroom should I be talking to, Marvin? I would strongly suggest talking to homeowners that have about 3 bedrooms or more and 2 bathrooms or more. That's going to be what most single individuals, families, most of these individuals usually like to see at least 3 bedrooms and at least 2 bathrooms. So once I plug that in, that I want to refine the search to 3 bedrooms or more, 2 bathrooms or more, and I want to keep the target price range between 300 and 600,000. Now that's lowered the results even more to 1,100 individuals. So if you wanted to go even more niche down, you could filter it by property filters, owner filters. If the home is an absentee owner, if the owner lives in state, if it's a business or an individual or a bank that owns it. I know some of you have asked about, REO and foreclosures. If the individual paid for the home cash, meaning that according to the records on this website, the owner that has the property purchased the home cash. If you want to talk to someone who's owned their home for a minimum of, let's say, 5 years, you can refine that even more. So let's say I want to pull a list of people that have owned the home for 5 years. So I know I'm going to be talking to someone who has been in that property for a while. There's additional filters that you can use on this website. There's even a foreclosure filter if you want to pull just a list of foreclosures. And then if a home is on the MLS, you can select the status here. I wouldn't suggest talking to anybody whose home is actively on MLS, because you specifically, as the agent reaching out to them, you don't want to run into any situation where a listing agent comes after you thinking that you are soliciting a client that they are actively representing. So I would stay away from homes that are actively listed on the MLS. These filters are really for investors that are reaching out to homeowners to get them to buy the home, off market or wholesale. So this is kind of what, if you're into wholesaling or you're interested in getting into wholesaling, this is a great website for that. But we as agents are using this because we want these individuals to allow us to list their property in the near future. So once I've pulled my list of, specifically everything that I mentioned here, single family homes, 3 bedrooms or more, they've owned the home for at least 5 years, and it's a price range of value between 300 and 600,000, save and close. Now that's lowered my list down to 679 people. So this is going to be a list that I know is going to be very tactical because I've niched it down from 8,000 to 679 individuals. So when I'm ready to save this list, I just click this box here. It's going to ask if you want to select everything. It's going to ask you if you want to select everything. Let's see. All right, there we go. It's going to ask if you want to select all 679 folks or just 250. I would say, yeah, I want to select all 679 people. So once I have selected all here is where you will click to save this list. So I'm going to click here to save it. If I wanted to pull the individual's a number for the system, if the system, this website can skip trace, and what skip trace means is that it will find any good contact information for these owners that is out there on the web, but you have to pay for that. So if you don't want to have to pay for that, then you can just select the download function. But let's say hypothetically you did want to pay for it, you would just select skip trace. And the cost here, it would be for all 679 properties. To make sure that I get good numbers and contact information, it's just $67. So the way that breaks down, what is that, about 6 cents or something per lead, something like that. So not bad at all. $67 for 679 good contact numbers. But again, I'm assuming if you're watching this that you want to know the free 99 way to do this. And I would suggest truepeoplesearch.com or going into your MLS's Remind website, REMINE, and you can do a search for the address. And once you pull that address up on Remind, it'll show you a good contact number. And if that number is on the do not call list, so it'll show you all that on the Remind website. So I'm just going to select download here because I just want to download it. So I will not select skip trace and download. I just want to download only, which is free 99. So it will pull all of this ownership name information here. So if you wanted to, you could also use this spreadsheet to send postcards, mailers, as well as call. So whatever works in your budget. So if I click download, it's going to say, are you sure you want to download without skip tracing? Yes, I just want to download. What other data would you like to download? I always just select here, property and ownership details. I don't need to know foreclosure. Well, maybe knowing mortgage and financial details, that'll be good. If there's a loan on the property, it'll tell you. This includes details on the last sale, as well as the owner's current mortgage and equity. So you can select this option and this option, and then click download. And then it's going to create that list. And then once it has created that list, you'll simply go to My Activity here. And then once it's there, it'll be winding while it's downloading it. But once it's completed, you'll see a button like this that says download. And as soon as you click download, the spreadsheet's going to be there. And that's going to be the list of individuals for you. And then, as I mentioned, you can save that list on your Google Docs, which of course has an Excel function where you can upload this list to your Google Docs. Or if you have Lofty, you can upload this list of clients directly into your Lofty, and you can get after it. And as you are calling individuals, I would suggest uploading it into your Lofty or whatever CRM you use, because then as you're making calls, Lofty will pull whatever information it can find on the individuals, such as social media and any other information that may be out there. Lofty also does have a skip trace function where you can pay to have it download any good numbers. But again, I would suggest that you just go through TruePeopleSearch.com or Remind, and you are done. So let me know if you have any questions. I hope this tutorial was helpful for you. This is your brother. This is your uncle. This is your favorite realtor's favorite realtor. This video is brought to you by morethanrealestateagent.com, your #1 source for real estate merch on the internet. Use code YouTube for 10% off your first order.